Right, hello. Today I'm in Edinburgh and I'm using a script for this one because I've got a lot to say. So, today I'm in Edinburgh. Scotland had 4 Bantam battalions. Can you hear me? It's very noisy. I'm off Princess Street. Scotland had 4 Bantam battalions during the Great War. One of them was the 17th Royal Scots, and this is where they started, in Castle Street in Edinburgh in February 1915. A recruiting advertisement of the time said, public notice, the Roseberry Bantam Battalion, men of good physique from 5 feet to 5 feet 3 inches in height, willing, if accepted, to defend their homes or to march to Berlin at their country's call, are invited to send their names for enrolment to, or to see the Secretary, the Roseberry Committee, 2 Castle Street, Edinburgh. Office open 10 AM to 10 PM. Age 18 to 38. Minimum chest measurement 32 inches, normal. So I would have been slightly too old. So this is where they came. New recruits received an enamel Roseberry Bantams badge, a copy of which, actually an original of which, is in the Imperial War Museum in London. The recruits who actually signed up in 1915, they would have come up along here. So we have Princess Street just behind me. So they would have taken a tram up Princess Street maybe, or walked from Waverly Station just down there, if they came from other parts of Scotland. Or possibly, if they lived in Edinburgh, they might have walked here themselves, you know, on their own 2 feet. And there goes an ambulance. The 17th Royal Scots Bantam Battalion was part of the 35th Division. They were stationed at Glencorse, Selkirk and Masham in Yorkshire, and they were deployed to France in December 1916, which is actually quite late. Other Bantam battalions were deployed much earlier than that. They served on the Western Front until the armistice, November 1918, and then after that they stayed on to quell a mutiny in January 19, where many of the Tommies wanted to go back from Calais back to the UK. So the 17th Roseberry Bantams were involved in quelling that. In fact, I call them Bantams there, by the armistice they probably weren't being called Bantams anymore, because the whole Bantam project had been quietly dropped by the army by November, December 1916. Between February and March they were attached to labour groups in order to stop them from looting, and then shortly afterwards they returned to the UK where they were disbanded. So the 17th Royal Scots Bantam Battalion, Roseberry's Bantams, served for about 4 and a bit years, and it all started here. Not in Starbucks, it wasn't Starbucks in 1915, but in number 2 Castle Street in Edinburgh. This is the last Bantam, signing off.